시작해보자.
Okay, ChatGPT, let's get started. Please speak in English and please don't cut me off during my conversation, okay?
Crystal clear. I'll be as patient as a cat watching a laser pointer. Now let's dive in. What's your favorite engineering invention, and how do you think it's changed the world?
Engineering invention. There are so many kind of engineering inventions and innovations so far, but actually, most of engineering theories caused by physics. So I think Newton's how can I say, three laws is the best inventions all over the time. So yeah, I believe that because most theories of mechanical engineering comes from Newton's three laws, Bernoulli equation or Navier-Stokes equation is also has been come from the Newton's law. So I think the most important and the most I think my favorite and my favorite privately my favorite engineering inventions and exploration is definitely Newton's three laws.
You shared a lot of great thoughts, but let's smooth it out a bit. Instead of there are so many kinds, say there are so many kinds. Caused by physics could be based on physics. Also, instead of has been come from, just say comes from. Lastly, privately doesn't fit. You can just say personally. You're super passionate, so here's my next curiosity. If you could solve one engineering challenge of the future, what would it be?
Definitely Navier-Stokes equation because in field of fluid dynamics there is too complicated equation, so it is hard to find because almost fluid, something like water or liquid or gas moves very randomly. So to expect the movement of liquid or gas, fluid, is extremely terrible and extremely hard to find out and figure out. So, but the key to solve the problem is definitely Navier-Stokes equation, because Navier-Stokes equation can describe and demonstrate the macro aspect or micro aspect of fluid movement. So that is the main key, and as long as I can prove the Navier-Stokes equation, I'm gonna get a Nobel Prize of physics maybe. So yeah, that will be innovation and evolution of human beings. I believe so.
You have some solid ideas. Let's tidy it up a little. Instead of there is too complicated equation, you want there are too complicated equations. Also, instead of extremely terrible, try extremely challenging. And when you say prove the Navier-Stokes equation, you probably mean solve it, since it's already established but not fully solved in every case. Now, let's ride the wave of curiosity. If you were to design a futuristic vehicle, what would be its coolest feature?
Futuristic vehicle, I think it'll be UAV, which most companies are investing about, because UAV means unmanned aeronautical vehicle. So I think, as far as I know, there are so many limitation of vehicle which which creep on, I mean, which move on the street, I mean, earth or land. So because it is too complicated nowadays, so it's too narrow for us to use those kind of vehicles. So I think um not not far future. I mean, near future, UAV is
Your
commercialized and easily can find. I can yeah. Everyone can easily find, and everyone can easily see them. I'm not sure. Yeah, but there is prototype that is already invented a prototype of UAV or aeronautical drones or aeronautical taxi or something like that. Not especially not a Korean, not in a Korean. So um, yeah. So it comes to it comes to it comes to us soon. Not um not far future, not further future, maybe.
You're soaring with ideas. Let's smooth the flight path. Most companies are investing in, would be clearer than are investing about. Instead of which creep on, you can say which move on land. Also, it will be commercialized, flow scattered and commercialized. And for that future prediction, it's coming soon, not in the far future. Now let's engineer one more curiosity. What's one engineering skill you'd love to master, and how would you use it in your daily life?
Actually, as you know, I specialized in manufacturable engineering. So, so that's the reason why I'm planning to go abroad, especially to University of Manchester. So, yeah, which university is very famous for advanced manufacturing and advanced system management. So that's the reason why I chose. So I want to master DFM. DFM means design for manufacturability. So as long as I can master that, I'll be a professor in Oxbridge maybe. So because but it is too hard for me to master, or yeah, I gotta grind myself if so. So but there are so many sort of manufacturing method and methodology. So something like, yeah, University of Manchester researchers are paying attention to laser processing or additive manufacturing, such as 3D printer. So actually, I'm not used to that. I'm not used to those manufacturable manufacturing tools. So it is kind of challenging for me to be adapted. But I'm yeah, but I'm quite a bit I'm quite a bit agile person, so I can do that. I can I can break out of my shell.
I admire your ambition. Let's polish it a bit. There are so many kinds of manufacturing methods. Is smoother. Instead of it is too hard for me, try it will be challenging. And I'm quite a bit exiled, probably means I'm ready to push beyond my comfort zone. Now let's keep the gears turning. What's one engineering innovation you think could make people's daily lives more delightful?
There are so many kind of engineering innovations so far, even in 21st century. I think it is 100% iPhone by Steve Jobs. Yeah, that that makes and that help. Yeah, iPhone and the infrastructure of the Apple or iPhone, and something I'm following. Yeah, especially yeah, following Samsung Galaxy S series, and yes, as well that those kind of infrastructure or those kind of equipments and devices has helped us has helped us explore and browse anything we don't know, anything we want to know. So yeah, I can look it up, the place, I mean, restaurant or um, coffee or yeah, restaurant or cafe adjacent to me, I mean nearby. So whenever I wanna look it up, I can't do that. I can't do that. Whenever, wherever. So yeah, um that's the definitely and undoubtedly a best innovation and the best invention of 21st century.
That's a ringing endorsement. Let's refine it a bit. Instead of those kind of infrastructure, use that kind of infrastructure. And for help has helped, simplify to has helped. Finally, undoubtedly is the word you're after. Now, as we wrap up this engineering odyssey, if you could teach someone a fun fact about engineering, what would you pick?
Um, the discovery of graphene. Graphene is called the dream of material. So, you know, the fact that graphene was discovered accidentally by some by processors. They they was able to discover the um, exist of existence of graphene by simple experiment. That experiment was used just cellophane tape, cellophane, cellophane tape, like just scotch tape. They can, they did over and over. They did touch or touch and every over and over. Yeah, yeah, that was very. They I'm not sure, but it seems, yeah, as far as I know, they didn't do that on purpose. It was very accidentally by the chance happened. So yeah, that's the very very how can I say, impressive discovery, and they was able to win a prize of Nobel Prize. Yes, and fortunately, and for your information, the processors are working at University of Manchester, nearby. I mean, University of Manchester, and the building, they the building where they are working at is right right next to my building, my engineering building. So yeah, I'm really eager to meet them. Nobel Prize winner.
That's a fascinating fact. Let's refine your storytelling. They discovered graphene works better than the existence of graphene. And instead of by just cellophane tape, say with just simple sticky tape. For it happened by chance, you can say it was discovered by accident. Now, before we fold our engineering blueprint, what's one thing you're most excited to create or learn next on your journey?